Ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to just make this quick video to talk about what I am thinking of as the post-gear economy in Swego. What I mean by that is eventually, with an account after a free account after 9.5 years in this game, a lot of people, if they have been playing consistently, have gotten to the point where their GP is huge. I would say mine is enormous, 13.3 million GP without spending money myself. And you have so much built up that you don't really have need for much of the gear. That's the standard grind and standard chase for, a lot of the player base. Anyone that's started in the past 3-4 years or so is probably still really hunting after that gear. But as you can see on my roster, everything is either at gear 13. I have a few crappy characters at the bottom that I don't really care too much about at gear 12. And then there's new marquees at less than 7 stars. Gear 11, everything applied up to the point where I can't do it until they're 7 stars with their Zetas. And I'm not saying that like there's tons and tons of players like this, but there is a substantial amount. And if you're a new player, you might be surprised. It might seem like this is never going to happen, never going to be attainable. But the question is, what do you do once you have so much of that gear that's a point of the chase? What do you do after that? So, let's just try to look at a general gear inventory for this account using the Guild Activities Store as a reference. Gear 12 plus pieces, I'm not like drowning in them yet. I've 400 to 700 of pieces. That's still a lot. You don't need that many to take one character from gear 12 to gear 13. And as we saw, I don't have too many characters below gear 13 anyway. So at this point, buying more of this stuff, I do to make sure I don't hit the cap. But you stop worrying so much about the absolute best value of it. I know these purple pieces are the worst value comparatively for the get to, but I have less than 500 of that, so I guess I'll buy that or I'll buy this. So I'm not even completely maxed out to the point where I feel like I don't need to buy any of this anymore, but I can see it getting there, and it's only going up. I used to try to have a stockpile of like 400 for each of these gear 12 plus pieces, but now it's getting to like 700 of each. Credits. With the new assault battles giving so many credits out, the Duel of the Fates and the Peridea Patrol, I have so many credits that I don't need to come to this anymore. Even on my main account, for a long time, I was getting to the point where I was sub 100 million. But now 350 million, as soon as I go to the mod store any chance I can and buy those, I don't even care. I don't even care if it's perfect or not. It just has speed, a decent primary. This one, it's blue. I'll buy it. I don't care. I have less fleet building, shipbuilding materials, but you know the point. And the rest of this gear, sub gear 12 gear, this is comical. So everything you'll see is gonna be at least at 1,000. Most things over 1,500 or 2,000. So I'm not saying this to brag, or I'm not saying this to show off necessarily, because I think there's a lot of players in this boat now, where it's like, why, I don't know what you like at this point. When I get the raid rewards for the tier 1 currency, I scroll all the way to the bottom down here, just buy something that has a large price tag on it so I don't hit the cap. For a while I was targeting Mark III holo projectors because I was like, at least I need to build up my bronzium stockpile, or a rhodium heatsink. I have 647 now. I don't see myself ever running out of that, even if I don't get any more Mark III holo projectors ever again. It's just, it's not. It sounds funny, to small accounts that will watch this. They'll be like, what are you complaining about? And I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to lead up to a point. So I have as much gear as I could want. That's not a problem. But what becomes the next target for an account like this? Obviously, the next thing you can do is go for more relic levels. I already have a lot of, pretty high relic levels. I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to find relic 5 characters that are decent, maybe bump them to relic 7. And, I'm not saying relic scrap is not a bottleneck for me anymore. I still don't have an infinite amount of carbonites or bronzium wiring. However, getting to relic 8 and relic 9 does not require any bronzium or carbonite circuit boards, which I think was a great change they made when they did, because this is definitely the pain point for most players. But even so, those higher relic levels, I have tons of Electriums, tons of Zibitals, a good amount of Impulse Detectors, good keypads. I get there fast enough. I don't have a Relic 9 Infinite Gate. But what is the bottleneck for me? It is signal data. So signal data is one of the main enduring bottlenecks every player's going to deal with. So, I mean, I always use my 3 refreshes for Cantina, because signal data is never going to be out of style for me. I'm always going to need more of it. And I actually like to purchase it with crystals if I need to. So I'm not going to buy it right now, but in the weekly shipments, you have 2 big batches of each type typically per week. As you can see, I've already bought one of them because I only have one left. It is 1,500 crystals for 50 of the dark blue weekly shipment. And that's good. I buy that sometimes. What are some other... speaking of crystals, you might notice I also have a lot of those. I have stopped buying the normal energy refreshes because even Kyrotech, King Kyrotech, 2,300 of this piece. This is still the node I farm, but it's because of the Mark V data pad. Because I want that bronzium wiring. And right now I am farming Galactic Legend tickets. Definitely need to spend those soon. I have not been buying all these ship refreshes. I have not been buying the mod energy necessarily. That's something, you know, you're never gonna have perfect mods. So I do buy that. I do end up buying this. So I'm embarrassed. Don't shame me. Don't mod shame me. But even then, you know, I get tired of managing the mod inventory, and you know, everyone has 6-dot mods for the most part, sliced up pretty high. Chewbacca needs some slicing, but there's not as much scarcity on these things. So mods, I'm looking at Cantina and mods, yes. Ship and normal energy, not really spending on. And that allows me to buy more signal data because that's something I'm always bottlenecked on. And the level of the signal data bottleneck leads me to not really worry too much about CCBs and bronzium wiring, because even though I don't have an infinite supply, I don't find myself ever dwindling out of those before I run out of signal data. So signal data is huge. What is another thing, another resource that a post-gear economist might need to purchase? In the realm of building materials, let's find someone I have unapplied Zeta on, because some players out there have every Zeta applied. I think they have like every single Zeta. Look at Thrawn, I don't have his lead. Right now I'm sitting at 6 unapplied Zetas right now, and keep in mind I have already acquired Baylan Skoll, the newest legendary with 3 Zetas, and Ahsoka with her 6 Zetas. All the new Bad Batch characters, even though they're Gear 11, I just slap the Zeta on a new character, just slap it on, 2 on Apo, 3 on Omega, and still have 6 in reserve. So the next characters coming out, one of these new clones, I'll be able to just slap them on there too. So Zetas aren't a huge bottleneck. And this next point is pretty obvious, but what is a huge bottleneck? Omicrons. So at this point, I'm kind of stating the obvious. Everyone knows Omicrons are super scarce. On my small account, I'm not super desirous of them, but on this main account, this is the main thing I'm missing on a lot of these characters, because they realized people only care really about GAC Omicron, so every new Conquest character is triple GAC Omicrons, and they haven't done a ship in a while, and they haven't done a TW character in a while, so they're just churning out the Omicrons. So where do we get them? Most of it is episode shipments, and this just refreshed for me, so I can go ahead and snag some of these. We also have farming signal data. You can also pick up a couple incidentally here and there. We got the Galactic Legend currency stuff, and you know, beyond that, we have little ways to get them here and there, such as with Guild Event 3 currency. So a note on the Get 3. I used to denounce this shipment like passionately because it is so expensive. It's like 3,750 get 3, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got my child here with me. I was like, how are you going to decide to spend that much get 3 on one Omicron? And it is a ripoff, but at this point it's like, what do I need this for? I already have tons of the Karatech. Yes, I can buy the micro attenuators, but they come in such small shipments, I'm never going to be able to keep up with my actual income. And that leads me to another problem with some of the way they've structured rewards in Rise of the Empire TV. And it's not the general rewards I have kind of a complaint about, because we get 1, get 2, get 3, which are nice, and we get some crystals, which are great. But every time they've brought in a new planet, there's only been 2 now, the rewards have just been Kybertech, and then more of the same, more get 3. In a Mandalore, Zepho, I understand that's a 3rd ring planet. Like, there's a lot of players, most players that can get to that, are able to get to that, still need a lot of Kybertech. When you start getting to the 4th ring, you need to be able to get there and then complete it to get these rewards. And a lot of the players that have gotten to this point already have tons and tons of Kybertech. So what I was hoping when they brought up Mandalore, I was hoping for more signal data, maybe some Omicrons, but really signal data, Bronzium wiring, Kybertech circuit boards, which we don't get. So just more and more Kybertech, more and more gear that an end-game player doesn't need. And to me, it's like, I don't even care as much about pushing for star counts. At this point, it seems more like a pride thing, just a personal push. So you max out your get 1, get 2 fairly early on in your star count, 24. And then we get, in the low 40s somewhere, get more get 3. But as I've already talked about, what do I care about that for? You get some signal data, but it's not a significant portion. And again, all this gear is nice, it's okay, but it's like, I have tons of it. So I would like to see more of a switch up in what they actually put in the TB rewards, especially if they do end up with a new planet soon. It really needs something different. TW, there's still a lot of value to be had. I don't have an active event right now because you do get the droid brains. It's exclusive, but at this point, you max out your droid brain potential at 380 million, which was a big guild when they made that change a few years ago. It is not anymore. My guild is 640 million GP, 641 million GP. My alts guild for the Gotenks account, which is just over a year old, is 400 million. So that's not a huge guild anymore. And then in general, to get currency, I can just buy some more gear. To get 1, this type of gear is nice. You can buy Kybertech, which used to be a big problem, and it is for my small account, but not for this account anymore. So I would like, and everyone and their mom wants more Omicron. So I would like more opportunities for more Omicrons, even if it is pricey, because at this point, what else are we really pushing for? And actually, there are a couple more things that you can push for if you are in the post-gear economy state. Because one of the bottlenecks that I have and will have forever, and one of their main drives of revenue in this game, is new character shards. So right now it's Apo, and what I did differently with this marquee that I don't normally do, I actually bought a few of these gamble packs. I bought 3 of them. So they're 1,300 crystals, which is steep, but to get 3, it's 3,900. I was able to recover my crystals pretty easily. The biggest chance pull, you have 7, but the minimum is 5. So if you get 3, you go from 15 out of 30 on your free shards to 4-star. And once you hit 4-star, yeah, there's actually a few things that open up. I don't know if I'll do anything with this Nightfall battle or anything, even a tier 1. But you start getting this tier where you get 5 shards 7 different times. So 35 shards, 46 out of 65 on him right now. And that's ahead of Omega, who I've been farming since she became available and even refreshing the node once, and he passed her. So this is a great start because I always farm the new marquees. Even if I don't care too much about them, I always farm them and at least refresh the node once. Another little thing that opens up I trained my eye to completely ignore everything on these character quests. But as you start getting some more shards in the Marquis, you can actually start claiming a few of these rewards. I have gotten several 500 episode point rewards as I gain his shards. And that's been boosting my episode track, which leads to more Omicrons and potentially some other stuff that you could buy that I'll talk about in a little bit. But it's a stacking effect. You start getting the character earlier, and you can get some of these episode points. So nice little add-on there. So I will probably try to start doing that more often. And hey, there's always the chance you get one of these massive pulls. So maybe one of these days that might happen, and I'll be happy when it does. I'll show people. I get 3 chances for that now, as long as I'm going this route of trying to at least get a bit of a start on the new characters. I know a lot of people already do that, but I'm stingy, and I'm finally coming around to that state of mind myself. So we've talked about the bottlenecks of relic materials, mainly signal data, Omicrons, and new character shards. Those are the three big bottlenecks. What's a fourth thing an endgame player can really sink their teeth into? And I'd argue it's Datacrons. A lot of people still don't like Datacrons. I think, you got to give it up at this point. But most people have embraced them. And actually, Conquest, farming Datacrons kind of plays into 2 of these bottlenecks, new character shards being Conquest units. But for me, from my perspective, Conquest units are the easiest units to acquire. I've been getting them since the very beginning for free, right at the same time the richest whale does. Just exactly the same time. You can't get it ahead of time. Even if you buy all the packs, you still have to wait for that 3rd Conquest to end. So for me as an endgame player, Conquest units are easy. But you can both go for that new character release and go for Datacrons while farming for that new character. So I guess I'll pull this one up. Anyway, that stat sucks. But what happens with Datacrons as you go on, and they keep increasing the data cache cap, which is awesome. 100 million is great. It was a bump of 40 million from where we were at 60. You can build up an inventory and then have the data cache for the next set. So I used to have to rush to farm a few of the new set for the old one dismantle. So like I have less than a day left on this one before I have to pour resources into this. Just try to spend as much data cache as I can to minimize the waste. But the more they raise that cap, the more they open it up for people. And now we have these no focus data points. So they're expensive, but it is something for a super endgame account to focus on. So I do appreciate that we have this. I did buy the Boba Fett Sign of Django one. So yeah, just hitting Conquest, farm those Datacron nodes. I run to the end of Sector 4, hit that node as much as you can, farm as many feats as you can on that node, and there you go. So those are the 4 main bottlenecks and things to really spend your resources on, in my opinion, in the post-gear economy. So this video is just kind of sharing my thoughts on that. A lot of my videos now are just for like newer players, and that's fine, but I wanted to make this video focused on the in-game accounts because some players out there might be wondering, hey, what do you even do stuff with? So this is strictly super in-game focused. But yeah, that's my take on it. 4 main bottlenecks. Let me know what you think down below. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Bye.